First half so far for the U.S., to say the least, down 22-0 to South Africa. But remember, 2 more games for them today, so the American fans a lot more to look forward to. And, who knows here in the second half. But it is pool play, trying to get to tomorrow with a chance to win the crown.
With matches upcoming against Japan and Samoa.
And the numbers, along with what we saw on the field, certainly don't look good for the Americans so far in this one.
Now, it's an overwhelming performance by South Africa. Look at that 80-20 possession mark, and also on top of that, no field position for the United States either.
5 turnovers, 5 errors. We send it down to Marty.
And Terry, real quick, South Africa will not play the second half. What a terrific first half it was for him. Talked to Coach Paul True, and he said, I got what I wanted out of him. He's too winded, just getting back into shape after over a month off.
Yeah, you would imagine, and a great opportunity for them to rest them. The U.S., though, takes this kickoff back. They're able to get possession inside the 22-meter line.
This would be a big, uplifting moment if the United States, with their first opportunity inside South African territory, can come up away with points.
Colin Hawley, he's the man who played at Cal, and Hawkins, who is the captain here, certainly the leader. There goes Hawley again. Going to try this side now. They've got numbers over here. Hawkins, the big man. Trying to get it off the pile. Sometimes it's not easy, Dave.
So people around there taking blindside by Bernard. Play it slow. There's Hawkins with an offload.
Test in for 5. Touches down near the post. Great angle too. Zach Test, the 21-year-old from Palo Alto.
That was the game plan. Maintain good possession, take the ball into tackle, open up a hole, and that's what they do. Hawkins with a lovely offload in tackle. Test with the try. And a little bit of the character building of the United States side as they prepare for the rest of this. It's a little bit premature to say this one's over, but Al Carabelli at halftime reminding the players of the responsibility they have to each other.
Taya Nosa on for the conversion, hits the upright, and makes the catch. So it'll be 22-5. For Caravelli. Zach Test, remember, spent a year and a half at Oregon as a wide receiver, and an ankle injury, struggled there, and turned to rugby. Went to England for a while, played with one of the powers over in England to learn the game, and one of the stars now for the U.S.
We're talking about the onside kick. These kicks are designed for him to go up and tap back. Instead, he makes a massive hit on Kyle Brown. And he may be penalized for it. Yep. If the player is in the air, you can't hit him. And so what the referee has just said, that Brown was in the air catching the ball. If you hit him while he's in the air, it's a major penalty.
And you can see Test try to release him before that whistle came.
So the kick of South Africa, here, let's take another look at this. Kick into touch. But the symbolism of that misconversion in front of the sticks is perfect for this particular match. The United States right now, even though they're giving a great effort here in the second half, are still having a difficult time getting their legs.
Line out. Bring it back and do it over. But you have to throw this straight down the line, right?
Correct. With a line out, it should be the responsibility of the referees. Nice. And South Africa with the possession.
Brown brings it out. He's had a couple of tries already today. Peter Engelbrecht controls. Again, it's Brown. Has a seat. Has a man. They break through. Jordan, his second try of the match. Changed all South Africa.
Changed the angle, the tactic. The Americans on a 45-degree ride, and then straightened it out with the receiver behind him, the support player. See the hips are turned for the United States going outward, and then you put it into Jordan's hands, and you saw how fast he was on the chip try to end the first half.
Maybe the next great thing for South Africa. Paul Jordan, just 19 years of age. Rising star for them. Great acceleration.
And he seems to have found ways to find gaps, and that's exactly what he just did.
So, South Africa not even playing South Africa here in the second half. They're resting in.
Resting 2, 3, 4.
And nearing the 3-minute mark. been all Springboks so far. Remember, they're in the top 5 overall, while the U.S. comes in with just 6 points in the World Series. Got those in the first week in Dubai, but then shut out in South Africa, and last week really disappointing showing in New Zealand.
And South Africa takes away the possession again.
Priya. Now back to something Marty touched on earlier. Remember, these are amateurs for the U.S. I mean, they've got jobs, they've got other parts of their lives, and they hope to come together for a short period of time to train together as a team, then get ready to play.
Yeah, this whole World Series is 2 weekends on and 4 off, basically, and the South Africans stay together and train together. The United States goes home, like you said earlier, they go to work.
Yeah, 22 paid players overall for South Africa, 12 here on this particular travel squad. Obviously 7 play at a time, but this is what they do for a living. Line out for the Springboks. Priya, and now you can just play with the clock as much as you want.
Yeah, that's all they're going to do now. Turnover ball to the United States, and again, a symbol of how this match is going. Test could not hang on to it.
Would have been a knock-on, but the advantage, disadvantage, once South Africa got it, the referee just lets play continue.
Right, and see what happened was when Matt Hawkins came up and made the stop there on Stephen Hunt, he said, okay, the advantage was not to South Africa. He could bring it back to that point. And it's very, actually, you wonder why we don't do that in other types of games, because you can, if you don't want to interrupt a game, you can't change history. But with rugby, you can view history and say, we have to go back and fix it. So in other words, instead of a premature whistle, it's always best to let the play go. You can always go back to where the infringement occurred.
So you hesitate as a referee to blow that whistle.
Exactly. And it's interesting, too, what referees will actually hold the whistle in their hand to give it that little bit of hesitation. What I saw doesn't merit me blowing the whistle, as opposed to having the whistle in your mouth and making that mistake because of adrenaline.
Okay. Crotch.
Once in a while it happens in basketball. Now let's take another look at the referee here.
Tools. And then.
And the instructions from Federico and Selmy from Argentina, a referee in this match.
There's Hawkins. A nice bit of movement there. Little pace to the United States. How fast is South Africa, though? They've got people just collapsing all around. The United States going to try to set it wide. They've got people outside. 3 of them, man, they can't handle.
Miles Cregwell, who was trying out for the NFL, had a couple of tryouts, played football in college at Brown, and saw collegiate rugby on NBC last summer and said, you know what, I want to do that. Picked up the phone, called his agents, and get me out there. And that was part of the national 7's team.
This ball's going to touch into the seats, and the South Africans can claim their 17th consecutive win over the United States.
So pool play here on a Saturday in Las Vegas, and South Africa came out of the gate extremely well and just kept rolling. They get the win emphatically over Caravelle in the U.S. Back live now in Las Vegas.